Good morning, senior one. This is the grammar online class for some grammar topics important for the following quiz. Important generally, O level, A level. So let's remember, of course, no new topic. No new topic. Of course, you know them before. Let's collect them, revise them together. Okay, let's first revise narrative tenses. Okay, so what narrative tenses? All types of tenses related to the past. So if we talk about all types of past, these are narrative tense, like past simple, past continuous, past perfect continuous, would, and used to. So here, this is the all types of narrative tenses. Let's see the difference between them, the difference for concerning usage and so on. We use narrative tenses when telling a story or talking about situations and activities and activities which happened at a past. So when we talk about activities happened at the past or narrate something, tell a story, we generally use past tenses. When telling past events, don't mix past and present tense, of course. When you write a story or telling or talking about uh, uh, something happened in the past, please, especially during writing, don't mix past and present together. Past, so use all types of past if you narrate something or tell a story or talk about something happened to you in the past or whatever. We use simple past tense to express a complete action at a definite time in the past. So please remember the word to express a completed action. Completed, okay? Completed is the most important thing. I woke up at past 7 yesterday. I had a shower and ate some breakfast. I left home at quarter past 8. So woke up, had, ate, left. So all of them past uh, simple. We call this successive action. So something happened after another, and so on. To express past habits. Okay, so to express completed actions in the past, to express past habits, this is number two. I woke up very early when I was a kid. I used to wake up very early when I was a kid. I would wake up early when I was a kid. Here I said woke up, used to wake up, would wake up. So woke, used to, would, the three ways to express past. To express past what? Past habits. Past habits. So the three of them are correct. I can say used to, I can say would to express past habits. Of course, I can use used to with all types of verbs, but would I can never use it with a state a verb. I have to use only with action verbs. Would with action verbs, used to with action and state verbs, both with both. Okay. Remember, this is my remark. Would cannot be used for past states. I can say here I used to live in London, but I can't say I would live in London. Why? Because live is a state. It is not like I would play. Would play is okay. Would eat. Would travel. Would write. So would after would we use action, but state can't be. So in states I use the to live, and of course in actions I use used to in both cases. Okay, past continuous tense, second narrative tense. We use past continuous tense for an action which was in progress at a stated time in the past. Which was in progress. In what? At what? At stated time, definite time. So I say at 1 o'clock in the morning, at 1 o'clock in the morning, I was sleeping. So I was sleeping when, as if I asked when, at 1 o'clock in the morning. So this is a state time or a stated time in the past. So I use past continuous. It took an action, took duration in the past in a stated time. For a past action which was in progress when, this number two for past continuous, we use it for past action which was in progress when another action interrupted it. When another action interrupted it. We use the past continuous for the action in progress. The longer action is past continuous. The short action, the interruption itself is past simple. So we use it past continuous in a sentence with two clauses. Something was happening in the past, took duration, past continuous, and something happened to interrupt it, to stop it. So it would be past simple. It's all of these things we mentioned before and you studied before in previous years. I was washing the dishes when I cut my finger. Was washing, long action, was washing, was washing. So what happened suddenly when I cut my finger? Cut, cut, cut. Cut here is the past. Past simple. Okay. What else for past continuous? For two or more actions which were happening at the same time in the past. We call it simultaneous action. Simultaneous action. Two or three or more actions were happening at the same time in the past without interruption. Without interruption. I was cooking the dinner while my daughter was laying the table. So no interruption here. Two things are happening, were happening together. What else? The usage of past continuous to give background information in a story. To give background information in a story. So when we tell a story, to describe the scene or to give background for the place before starting the story itself, at the beginning of the story, we use past continuous. Like that, the sun was shining brightly and the birds were chirping happily, and I was walking to work. Okay, so was uh, shining, were shipping, I was walking. So I describe the scene of the story that I'm gonna to tell. Past perfect simple. We use past perfect simple to go back to a second past. So to go back to a second past, I had this question in the class when we said that no past perfect by itself. Past perfect is for order. Past perfect is for order. When you want to order actions happened in the past, one after another, the old one is past perfect and the previous one is past simple. What happened first? Past perfect. What happened next? Past simple. Here, I go to the party late. I got to the party late. When I arrived there, everybody had already left. We have here the same keywords already, just before, already, just since and for, yet, for, past perfect, as well like present perfect, the same keywords. So when I say here, I got to the party. When I arrived there, what happened? Everybody had already left. What's the meaning here? That they left first, then I arrived, so that I didn't meet them, I didn't see them. So here the sentence, the speaker doesn't need to say that he arrived after they left, so he didn't see them. He doesn't need to say that. Why? He doesn't need to say that because the grammar explains the idea. What happened first, that had left, so they left already, then he arrived, so of course he didn't meet them according to the grammar rule. We use it to make the narrative more interesting and easy to read. Of course, this gives us a spirit, good spirit for a soul to be lively to the writing or to the story. Next, past perfect continuous. Past perfect continuous from itself. Past perfect, so something happened in the past, but continuous, so something continued in the past for and took duration. We use past continuous tense to talk about longer actions or situations which had continued up to the past moment. When the teacher entered the classroom, the students had been fighting. So what happened? They had been fighting. They started the fight before he entered the classroom. Then he entered the classroom, and unfortunately, the fight didn't stop. So it was a fight before the entry of the teacher. Then the fight continued after the teacher entered the class. Okay, here we have time expressions. Yesterday, 2 days ago, last week, this week at 2 o'clock, on Monday, in March. Generally, keywords for past tenses, generally, according to the tense we use them. Okay, this is for narrative tenses, all types of past. Important lesson, I explained it before in on online class and in class as well. Let's go to another lesson. Just close here and open one more time.